Everyone, it's Kelsey here, and today I have a layout to share with you guys. And as you can probably tell from me putting out my Ranger mat, I'm going to be doing a little bit of mixed media. I had gotten the color kit from the May Hip Kit, so I wanted to play around with that and probably get a little bit messy. So I'm going through the papers first of all. The papers all went together really well, but I didn't have a lot that were like my favorites or that I really felt like I knew how to work with, I guess I should say. I liked a lot of them, but some papers are harder to work with than others for me. So I decided to take a leap of faith and use this pattern paper. It's got these little diamonds on it. And normally I'm just like so scared of a pattern on the background. I love the beautiful patterns, but then I just don't quite know what to do with them except for layering. So this one I decided, well, it's mostly got a white background. So I just decided to go for it and play around with it. And I actually really love the way this layout turned out. It's one of my favorite layouts that I've done in a while. I feel like I've been in a little bit of a rut as far as 12 by 12 layouts go. So I was happy to break out and do something a little bit different. So this is the Pink Paisley Ephemera pack that came in the May main kit. And it's got a lot of transparent pieces or like acetate pieces. So it took me a while to go through all the pieces. There's a lot. There's some bigger elements and smaller elements. And I didn't really know what I was going for with this layout. I just knew that I wanted to play with my kit and do some mixed media. So I had chosen this picture because I thought the bright blue just would work really well with the bright colors of this kit. So first off, I decided to do this trick that everybody is using right now, and I messed it up at first, but it turned out just fine, and I really love the way this turned out. But I just had a spare piece of packaging and put that blue Mermaid Lagoon Distress ink pad on there, and just squirted some water on there and messed it up all over the page, I guess you should say. And then I used the paint dabber that we got in the color add-on, and I put it over that new stencil from Amy Tan. So I really love the way that looked. It's subtle, but it's more bright in person. And so I was cleaning up that stencil, and that is a stencil that I really like, even though I know it's more of a floral element, but I just love the little bits and pieces on there. So I was liking it so far, but I knew that it needed something else, and I was going to try to use that stencil as maybe a layer sort of, but I just didn't think that it would work. And so I was really scared to put some of the green down on the paper. I just thought that it wasn't going to work and that it was going to look stupid. But I ended up, again, really loving the way it turned out. So I put a little paint on there, a little water, kind of squish it together, and dab it all over. And it just adds like another bright pop of color. This color of green is not necessarily like one that I would choose for myself or one that, you know, would be my favorite. But that's why I really like getting the hip kits, is because it forces me to try some things a little bit different. And a lot of times I surprise myself and I actually end up liking what the paper that I've used that I wouldn't have bought, or like this, a color that I would never ever have chosen that color for myself. So it's just kind of fun to experiment. So I've pretty much got the background done there, and I'm cutting these pieces out of that cut apart sheet. Again, that cut apart sheet is not something that I probably would have chose for myself, but I will end up using it a little bit, probably more as layering pieces. And then I use the back of it quite a bit. And I do like the back with those. They're kind of like blue, like diamond patterns. It's like blue dots in a diamond pattern all over the page. So I really like that. So here I'm trying to bring in that blue and green color, which it's really easy with the kit to bring colors back into your layout because the kits are so well done and so well put together. I'm firmly on the hip kit. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid from the hip kit because I just love their kits. Even if there's pieces that I don't necessarily love, like I said, I'm just expanding my horizons and I'm really having a lot of fun with it. And I just think they're so gorgeously put together. And here I'm going to use that floral paper. I know I hate florals, but I really love the gray color of it, and it works really well as a background for me. So I'm going to mount that onto that gray paper, and that just kind of brought a neutral in and just like a softer element with all of those bright colors. And then I'm going to layer up that blue piece and then that green piece. I'm not the best at layering. I I like to do it, but I always end up just doing like corners like that, but that's okay. I'm learning. I really love this family fun piece, but it just wasn't really working with the strip of blue on the top. I really wanted to use it and bring that blue color, that strip of blue in, but it just wasn't really working. So I'm gonna move on and just kind of look at the puffy stickers and the ephemera that I had pulled out and just kind of see what I like. And I also didn't know what I was going to do for a title at this point. So I'm just kind of layering things around. So the title of this happened to come about very organically. It's kind of funny. I liked that pink happy script. And then I really liked these enamel words. I think this is such a cool thing. And it spelled out happy. So I was kind of going with happy, happy. And then the word is supposed to be today, but instead, since they're not connected, I just pulled off DAY. So the layout kind of turned into the title of Happy Day because I use another element, a wood veneer that says Happy Day up at the top. So I just had Happy Day all over the page. So it just obviously really worked out for that to be the title. And I just put a little bit of adhesive on one side of that ampersand and kind of tucked it underneath there. And then I've got this other really pretty acetate piece, and it's very, very clear. There's no color on it at all. So it's really hard to get adhesive on those, and I didn't want to staple it. So you'll see how I end up doing it. But, yeah, I was kind of struggling with it. So let's see. I'm really trying to get that family fun in there, but it's just really not working. So I decided to put a little paint on the back of this wood veneer, just to test it out and see if I liked it. And I ended up trying out the blue and the yellow, and I didn't like it either way. So I do ended up putting it up in the top right hand corner there, and I just leave it as the wood veneer. I don't really want to do anything else with it. The yellow looked good, but to me, yellow is just a little too similar to the wood veneer color that's already on there. So it just didn't really make sense for me to paint it. And I didn't try the green. I guess I should have because the green might have been the one thing that made it pop. But the blue was just a little bit too dark. I think it was the ink pad itself is just more like it's a different texture than the paint, so I think it was soaking into the wood a little bit more, which I would have thought the paint would soak into the wood more, but the ink seemed to. So anyway, I'm just adhering all the little last bits and pieces down here, and I'm going to call it good. So I really enjoyed doing this layout. It was a lot of fun to do a 12 by 12 layout, but in a more like mixed media style. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really have fun doing this layout and making this video for you guys. So if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content soon. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer anything. Have a great day, everyone.